Hello and welcome in to another Chi Time, your conscious living show with me, Clara Apollo. And on this episode, we're having a particularly musical component because I have for you the global phenomenon that are Hang Massive. Yes, Danny Cudd and Markus Offbeat are on the line from France, ready to talk to us about how they got together with the band and how they got to find the hang and what this hang is all about and what is it that's so amazing about their music that just really welcomes people in to want to bask in those sonic tones and meditative melodies. I cannot wait to share some of their tracks with you. So let me introduce them to you, Markus and Danny. Welcome to Chi Time, Hang Massive.
Hi.
Hey. How are you guys today? How's it going?
Very well, thank you. We are in the south of France. Sun is shining. We have some days off from touring, so enjoying some rest.
Great. It's been pretty full on for you, hasn't it? From what I can see from your itinerary, you've been hopping around the world all over. How is that for you, moving around and performing? What's it like?
It's totally fine. Yeah, we love it. Yeah, cool and relaxed.
Really?
Yeah, it's super nice to see all new places and places you've been already and to revisit them. And yeah, it's always a nice journey, to be on the road.
And like you say, to recognize people and come into towns that you've known along with the new ones as well. And so where is home for you?
Well, we live in the south of India in a place called Goa. So for almost 5 or 6 months of the year, that's where we are based. And the rest of the time we are more traveling and touring. So. Okay.
And looking at your bio, this is where you met then, yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And were you both playing hang then, or were you playing other instruments, or what? How?
I was playing hang already at that point, and then we started playing music together, with me playing hang and Markus playing just percussion. And then when we went back to England from there, we started playing hang together.
I see. So how did you, Danny, get into playing hang then? What was it? Because it's not an old-fashioned instrument by any means. It's a pretty modern piece of kit, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I met someone who was playing an instrument in a festival in Eastern Europe in 2006 or 2005. And then at that time, you could easily go to Switzerland, make an appointment, go and meet the makers of the instrument and just take an instrument. It wasn't such a difficult thing as it is now.
Okay, so this is getting to the history of the hang then, which I know that a lot of viewers and listeners will be interested in, because they're very magical instruments. It's like you kind of describe them to people, and you know, how do they come about? You know, what do you know of the history of this?
Well, the makers of the original hang, it was 2 people from, I'm not sure where they were from, but they were based in Bern in Switzerland. And for many years before that, like decades, they were making traditional Trinidadian steel pans. And through their experimentation of making those instruments, both of the shape and form of the instrument, and also experimentation with the metal and the properties of the metal, then they started making many different instruments and eventually focused on the hang, which is something they then made for 10 or 15 years.
Yeah, because I think now, haven't they've given up making the hang and they've created something new that's almost like another the evolvement of it. So, you know, this sort of feeding in what they found out about what's happening and then making it into, what's it called? A
Goo-ball.
Goo-ball, yeah.
They make a goo-ball and a hang-ball and some other string instruments, and they are going in the direction that they want to go with the sound that they want to create. Mm-hmm. And they have also inspired many other people around the world to create instruments that are inspired by the original hang, and each of those makers will also go in the direction that they want to go in.
Of course, it's that key word, inspiration, isn't it? You know, it's like what you're inspired to do. But there's, and you, Markus, how did you, you know, you were a percussionist then originally? Is that how you...
Yeah, well, I've been around the hang for many years and seeing it through many years of my life before I met Danny. And then we met, and then we started to play, and then I also found myself an instrument. And it's a very easeful but amazing journey, I would say.
Yeah, and from it being a percussive, tuneful instrument, I mean, it's like the piano's a percussive, tuneful instrument. There's something about that combination that just resonates with us so much that I don't know, it's something that I really, really love. That and as a child, I remember those steel drum sounds, and just the fact that they're hitting them and that pure sound's coming out, and here you are, sort of almost massaging the sound out of the instrument. I mean, it is completely entrancing, beautiful and hypnotic. And do you think this is why you are so popular around the world, because of the sounds that you make?
Yeah, well, we were very much in the first troop of people to demonstrate the instrument online, you know. So this also gave us a little bit of a platform to demonstrate the instrument with a good video and a good recording and so on. So before that, it was a few videos still online, but nothing really with the quality quality of sound and video. So for sure, and people also just love the Hang Massive vibe and style, you know. So it's
yeah, for sure, absolutely. So that the way that you weave the sounds. I mean, one hang on its own, amazing. Two of you together, incredible. I mean, this is what happened when you met and started playing. It was just like, what's that like for you? You know, it was. Go on.
It's all been very easeful and relaxed and very spontaneous, I would say. Like we haven't really thought about any of it too much. We definitely haven't pondered any of it. Just a very spontaneous occurrence, all of it. And from the beginning, people really liked it. We were playing in the street for many years, and we could see immediately the response of people. I'd been playing on my own in the street, so I could see the different response from playing together with two people. And people liked it, so we carried on.
That's interesting. So that you were street performers?
Mm-hmm. For many years, yeah.
Oh, wow. And where did this start? Because haven't you got a link with Bath and Bristol and stuff?
We were living in Bath for some years playing. That's where we started playing together in the street, was in Bath. Okay. And then from there we spent a lot of time in Stockholm, in Sweden, but many other places as well.
So being there on the street, playing music to people as they're passing by and creating these sound vibrations in the air, don't you agree there's something just ultimately pure about the sound that's coming from the hang?
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about playing in the street. We don't need any amplification, no microphones or speakers. We just find a nice acoustically suitable place to play, which was why Bath was very nice, because it has lots of ancient stone buildings and solid stone floors, and the acoustics in the square there was like time in Stockholm, in the old town, where they have lots of very small narrow streets and very old squares, also with very nice acoustics. So there's something nice about playing in the street, but it's limited in the sense that the acoustic stand of the instrument carries far. That's why it's nice to be in venues.
Okay, thank you. We're sort of breaking up a little bit, and we've got a bit of a sound thing going on, but somehow it seems to catch up, and you kind of go a bit kind of warped out, and then it comes in. That's me doing an impersonation of what happens on Zoom when it goes a bit whoopsie. But so you say Stockholm, so you've got your autumn tour dates out as well, and you go over to there, sort of Sweden and Denmark. Is that kind of where are you from, Markus? Is where I'm getting to with this.
Well, I was born in Stockholm.
There we go.
And grew up in Stockholm, so that would be my origin.
Yeah, of course. So this sort of traveling that you do, and being able to take what you do with you. You know, seen that lovely Siberian documentary that's out at the moment on YouTube, and this, you know, you're wearing them like a Ninja Turtles. Sort of, you've got your instrument on your back. There must be something really liberating about being able to just take it.
You don't see the other 200 kilos of luggage though in the video.
Right. Oh, okay. Fair enough. So that's just what you're carrying. But.
Yeah. Maybe in the beginning it was like that, but now we are literally traveling with 200 kilos of luggage, equipment, cables, mixers, like all kinds of stuff. So.
Yeah, which brings me, I tell you what, let's play a tune, which we will play for the audio, and I'll put a link to your tunes at the end of this video, but and I'd like to talk to you more about how you're getting into collaborative work and that kind of stuff. So Danny sent me over some tracks to play you, and I think it would be nice to go with Once Again, because it's the classic, it's the one that really got you out there, but this is a live version, and it's just really gorgeous to hear it in a different way. So let's play that and then come back with Danny and Markus after a bit more of Once Again. So that was the live version of Once Again by Hang Massive. Danny and Markus are with me here on Chi Time. So lending yourself to collaborative projects, it does seem that that's the way it's going. And this new album, Distant Light, you have got some other people working with you, and how did that happen? Is it sort of a natural coming together, or what?
Yeah, I mean, we work together with a good friend of ours, Victoria Grebesh. She's also a hang player and a vocalist, and she's been involved in many projects with us since the beginning, really. And we also work together with Morgan Davenport, and he actually has been involved from the very beginning. He recorded the first Hang Massive album, Beats for Your Feet, the one that the famous video came from. He actually recorded that album. So yeah, we've all worked together a lot for many years, and we just wanted to bring some different vibes into the album with more of a style of production, so the vocals and beats and different kind of electronic production.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you go around doing your tours, is it just you two, or have you got your crew with you, or do you use backing tracks, or what? How does this work?
A combination of those things. Sometimes it's all of us together, sometimes it's the two of us, sometimes we do just an acoustic show, sometimes we do a show with backing tracks, and then for the bigger shows we have all of us there together with more live elements as well.
Great, so versatile, isn't it? You can go from just playing on the street, or halfway up a mountain, or in a big auditorium, or in dance sort of club situation.
Yep.
Wonderful, excellent. What a good plan. And you are coming to Bournemouth. You're also coming to London, aren't you, on the 2nd of June up in at the Union Chapel, but down in Bournemouth on the 23rd of June. But really, this is just about letting people know that you are touring around the world, and just to have a look on your website, which is hangmusic.com. And you're always updating it and coming up with new stuff. So there's no excuse, people. You can get to see these guys pretty much anywhere.
And most of the music on the website is available to download for free or for donation. So regardless of people's ability to contribute financially, they can download any of the music. Anything that's more than like a year or 18 months old is available for a free download. Wow, lovely.
Well, I knew you were super guys. I'll tell you what, when I watched that documentary on you, you know, it's just like there's a serenity that runs through you two, and a connection to all the elements. And it was like you seemed to be really happy being outside. Okay, it was freezing cold, but you were rocking it.
It's very cold.
Very cold.
20 degrees minus when we were sitting there.
It looked like you were just managing it. I mean, is this what you find part of your life is that you just are with what you're doing when you're doing it in the moment, with whatever the weather is, with whoever you are? That's what I mean. This is serenity. There's this balanced view going through you. Yes, you see where I'm moving to now.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going through everything.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Because we are wired for balance, all of us. And when you step into that, it becomes your truer experience of life. You know, it's how you really are when you let yourself come into that balanced perspective. And I feel that your music assists that greatly. Thank you.
I mean, I would say the music is sourced in that entirely. Everything that we do is sourced in that. We have a teacher that we are devoted students of. We take direct instructions and follow a very specific path together with all of the people that we work with. And that is the source of all of the music. It's the source of everything we say and do. So that's the demonstration that we give to people, is the results of living that lifestyle together. So yeah, Balanced View is the name of the organization, and we have a teacher. Candice O'Denver is the main teacher of Balanced View. And yeah, if anybody's interested to know more about that, there's a great website, balancedview.org. And yeah, there is a great treasure to be found there, if that's what you are looking for.
This is so fascinating. I'm a Qigong practitioner, and everything I do comes from that place of taking care of myself first. And I'm not saying that I've got it sussed completely. I'm still very much work in progress. But without it, I think I would spin off. I don't really know how people cope in this day and age without some form of balanced practice. And it's finding the one that makes a sense to you, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a teaching for everybody,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. So is the Balanced View based in meditation, or is it a lot more than that?
Well, to be introduced to the teaching is, for me, just work to show up to the website or to a local meeting, that if it's anywhere around, which again, you can just visit the website and it will become very clear what the teaching is about. For us, I think it's, if you enjoy our vibe and our music, then I think the teaching is also some one for us.
Oh, we're losing the sound again. That sounded so interesting, Markus. Can you try saying that again? If you go onto the website?
Well, yeah, if you go on the website, you can check out what's on offer there. It's much better than we sitting telling you about it, when it's so applicable and direct for everyone to just go and see if they enjoy it or not. For us, it has been an amazing journey because we met through the teaching. That's how we actually started to meet with each other and play the music. It was through participating in the trainings.
Yes.
So from there, it was also an effortless path to start to spend more time together. And little did we know at that time that we were going to be spending 7 years, 365 days together. And that in itself is very amazing. I know if anyone is in a relationship, if it's business or whatever it is, spending so many days and so many years with one person as a duo, it takes a lot, you go through many things together. And for us, it would be not been able to do that without this training, because it's so amazing and fits in our daily life, so to speak. So that's why when we get the question, where is your inspiration coming from and all that, we are very happy to share the website with people, because that's really how it worked for us. We showed up there to just check it out, and then we were compelled and just amazed about the simplicity of life and what is possible. So from there, everything just opens up, and
oh,
life is truly beautiful.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. There is such I knew there was a backstory. I didn't know what it was, but it doesn't surprise me, but it really heartens me that people like yourselves are working with this much integrity and congruence to your soul, and bringing through your innate gifts into the world in your own way, and therefore encouraging others to do the same, because that's how it works, isn't it?
Exactly that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very cool. I can't wait to see you live. I really can't. I'm so pleased that you agreed to come and play in Bournemouth for us Conscious Living events. Really, really special. And yeah, what is it? Just going to be you two, or are you going to bring your whole crew, or what's going to happen?
This time it will just be the two of us.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we're going to need to talk behind the scenes a little bit about how many microphones you need and for stuff like that.
Yeah, we've got it all under control, don't worry.
Very good. And I wonder, you've got another couple of tracks that you'd like to play for listeners. And have you got a particular favourite that when you play, you're just like, oh, can't get enough of this one?
I actually like all of them. I like all of them, and I like the flow of it from the start to the end.
Yes.
That's how a show works, if we had to choose just one to play, then I don't know, it's all about the flow of the whole thing from start to finish. I enjoy every moment of it from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, good answer, Danny.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
the true answer.
True answer. That's it. It's it was a bit of an unfair question, really, but hey, because the way that you flow and that you are and that you weave, there is this weaving of sound that goes on, and so you're in the moment with it. So it's so sort of captivating, and I would think, I don't know what it's like, that's the kind of feeling that I get, that you are so engrossed in that, and we are there with you, even like listening to the tracks. I mean, when I'm it's my favorite driving music,
Oh, great.
Really. There's something about it when your tracks come on, there's something that supports me vibrationally that like nothing else does.
Right. There we go.
Yeah.
Special stuff.
This is also why we really enjoy playing those songs the way they goes and like repeatedly in all the concerts, because we also know that is the enjoyment of the concert, Beyond music, beyond movement, there's a communication that occurs between us and the audience. And we are super grateful to be able to share our vibe with people in that way. It makes everything, so it's very great to hear that you also feel it. Yeah.
Just happens. True language of sound. So great. So what shall we play? Listen.
Here comes the badger.
The badger. Go on. Tell me, how did it get that name?
It was just very in a moment. It had a name, and it was Here Comes the Badger. Just didn't really think about it.
No, is that what happens with your other ones as well? Yeah,
it's always just comes about. 1 minute it's not there, and then the next minute it is, and then not.
So if people want to find out more about you've on the hangmassive.com, you've also got
hangmusic.com or Hang Massive on all the social media platforms.
Right. Okay. I thought it might be hangmagic.com, but maybe that would be another.
Also good.
Yeah. And so after France, hang on, I've got you listed. You're going to Tel Aviv. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
So you like hopping?
We're going wherever people would like us to go.
Very good. Do you sort of plant trees to offset your carbon footprint?
We don't plant trees to offset our carbon footprint, no.
Would you like to do something like that?
Right now we're investing all of our funds into the show. Should a time come when we have money to plant some trees, then we would probably plant some trees.
Sorry, just flagging that up because
For now, we're planting the seeds in people's mind to completely relax and continue on to flourish as beautiful as they all are. And that's where it needs to start. Then everyone can start to plant trees, so to speak.
So if anybody out there would like to plant trees on behalf of Hang Massive,
100%. Go ahead. Yeah.
Fantastic. Hey, look, guys, it's been absolutely brilliant talking to you both. Thank you so much for your time and for being able to get online where you've been. And we've done it. Right, high five. Yeah, sorted out. And we'll see you in Bournemouth on the 23rd of June. But
fantastic.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
yeah,
Thank you so much.
You're really welcome. And we will play out with Here Comes the Badger. So until next time, keep your chi up, my friends. Thank you so much.
Keep your chi up.
Peace.